The 5 most deceitful royal courts in history. Number 1. The Court of the Borgias, Pope Alexander VI. Rodrigo Borgia's ascension to the papacy in 1490 to mark the beginning of the Borgia dynasty's dominance in Italian politics. Using bribery, manipulation, and strategic alliances, Rodrigo secured his position as Pope Alexander VI, becoming one of the most powerful figures in Europe. The Borgia court was plagued by scandals and accusations of corruption. Pope Alexander VI was rumored to have fathered several illegitimate children, including Cesare and Lucretia, and his papacy was marred by allegations of simony, the buying and selling of ecclesiastical offices, and nepotism. Despite their undeniable influence and power, the Borgias' reign was short-lived, and their legacy remains one of infamy and notoriety. The downfall of the Borgia court began with the death of Pope Alexander VI in 1503. His successor, Pope Julius II, worked to dismantle the Borgia influence in the Papal States, leading to the exile of Cesare Borgia and the gradual decline of the family's power. Number 2. The Court of Louis XIV. King Louis XIV of France. Louis XIV, known as the Sun King, ascended to the throne of France in 1643 at the age of 4, under the regency of his mother, and of Austria, and Cardinal Mazarin. Louis XIV gradually centralized power in his own hands, becoming an absolute monarch by the time he reached adulthood. The reign of Louis XIV was characterized by political intrigue and manipulation at the opulent court of Versailles. Nobles vied for power and favor through deception and betrayal, while Louis himself maintained control through a carefully orchestrated system of etiquette and patronage. Louis XIV's reign came to an end with his death in 1715, after over 70 years on the throne. His successor, Louis XV, faced numerous challenges, including financial difficulties and growing discontent among the nobility, signaling the beginning of the decline of the French monarchy. Number 3. The Tudor Court. King Henry VIII of England. Henry VIII ascended to the throne of England in 1509 following the death of his father, Henry VII. His reign was marked by political upheaval, religious strife, and ruthless power struggles with the nobility and clergy. The Tudor court was characterized by Henry VIII's tumultuous marriages and the resulting religious and political turmoil. Henry famously broke with the Catholic Church in Rome to marry Anne Boleyn, leading to the English Reformation and the establishment of the Church of England. The Tudor dynasty left a lasting impact on English history, shaping the nation's religious and political landscape for centuries to come. However, the court of Henry VIII also exemplified the dangers of absolute power and the personal whims of a monarch. Henry VIII's reign came to an end with his death in 1547. His successor, Edward VI, ruled for only a brief period before his own death, leading to a succession crisis and the eventual ascension of Henry's daughter, Mary I, to the throne. Number 4. The Ottoman Court. Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent. Suleiman the Magnificent ascended to the Ottoman throne in 1520, following the death of his father, Selim I. His reign marked the height of the Ottoman Empire's power and influence, spanning 3 continents and encompassing diverse cultures and peoples. The Ottoman court was a center of intrigue and power struggles, especially during periods of succession crises. Court politics often involved espionage, assassination plots, and competition among members of the Sultan's harem for influence over the throne. Suleiman himself was known for his military conquest and ruthless suppression of dissent within his empire. Suleiman's reign is often remembered as a golden age of Ottoman culture and civilization, with significant achievements in art, including military defeats and internal unrest, leading to the gradual erosion of Ottoman power in the centuries that followed. Number 5. The Court of Ivan the Terrible. Tsar Ivan IV of Russia. Ivan IV, also known as Ivan the Terrible, became the Grand Prince of Moscow in 1533 at the age of 3, following the death of his father, Vasily III. He later declared himself the first Tsar of Russia in 1547, marking the beginning of his autocratic rule. Ivan's reign was marked by brutal repression, paranoia, and the establishment of a centralized autocracy. His court was characterized by suspicion and betrayal, with Ivan frequently purging his nobles and advisors in fits of rage or paranoia. The period of Ivan's rule, known as the Oprichnina, was particularly infamous for its reign of terror, with thousands of executions and widespread persecution of perceived enemies. However, his court also saw significant cultural and political developments, including the expansion of the Russian Empire, the emergence of a distinct Russian identity. Ivan's death in 1584 marked the end of his reign of terror, but the legacy of his rule continued to haunt Russia for centuries. His successors struggled to maintain stability and faced numerous challenges, including the threat of invasion from neighboring powers and internal unrest among the nobility. In conclusion, the courts of these 5 rulers exemplify the dark side of monarchy, characterized by deceit, manipulation, and the ruthless pursuit of power. Each court left a lasting legacy of fear and oppression, reminding us of the dangers of unchecked ambition and the potential for corruption within centralized autocracies. If you have learned something from this video, please subscribe, like and share this video.